राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम Ram 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 Surya योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। It's a great, great fortune, a very special blessing from Bhagavan that we are able to gather in this evening Sandhya Kal, the twilight, favorable to worship of the gods, and sing His powerful name in His powerful shrine for 1 hour, and all together in celebration of this grace and in deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Along with that, we should remember whatever work falls into our hand in the name of duty or otherwise, knowing it to be His work, we should be able to do it in the spirit of service to Him and offer those seva lotuses as well. So, living a day and night would become a greater, more divine puja to Him. Plucking a flower from a plant or a tree and offering it at His feet is puja of a kind. But then remember, offering your every action without forgetting at His feet, even as you would offer a lotus flower all through the day and night. What a puja it should be. So let us remember to keep chanting the name all the time, or at least as much as possible, and do the seva in our everyday life. Offer it to Him. We have been going through some of the teachings of Bhagavan, especially on ashram. Now today, we shall see Bhagavan says, it's my father's ashram. My father is looking after every detail of its construction and otherwise. Those who work for the ashram are blessed very nicely by my father. He always said, the statue there, the murti, don't think this is the murti of this dirty beggar. That is the murti of my father. And he is alive there. You can even see change of expressions on his face. These are the words of Bhagavan. And true to his word, we could see, if you go near with concentration on him, his breathing, his chest moving up and down, and you can see his eyes fixed on Brahmarandra, which means a deep samadhi. And yet, there's a beautiful, bewitching smile on his lips, a smile of love and beauty. And his right hand raised in benediction, Abhaya Hasta, meaning, why do you fear when I am here? I will take care of you, your problems. You have nothing to worry. In spite of his being in deep samadhi, The only expression of the samadhi, the immediate and only expression of the samadhi is compassion. And that's what you see in his Abhaya Hasta. And the other, again, if you look at it closely, you will see the two fingers, the thumb and the index finger, busy in japa. Those of us who have had the great fortune of being with him, would know how incessantly his fingers were moving in Ramajapa. So one hand, the hand in japa, tells us that we must do the japa incessantly like him. All the 24 hours, if possible, and if not, at least as much as possible. There was a time when I used to think what was the need for his japa. He had attained Purnatva. Then one day, when I read a book, I came across this, how the Ganges, even as it comes with great force, moving through from one land to the other, traveling thousands of miles, and merging its fresh waters with the sea at Ganga Sagar. It would not stop there. Again, more and more fresh waters from the Himalaya, from Gangotri, running through all those thousands of miles and merging with the sea eternally. It's a river that never gets dry. And it's bringing fresh waters from moment to moment to moment, passing through those lands fertile, making them fertile for the sake of the people. This is exactly what a Mahatma does. Even though he has attained Purnatva, in order to uplift the people, he himself would engage in japa and dhyana for the loka sangraha, in service to humanity. Now, Bhagavan says, it is his ashram, my father, at work. And he says he is looking after every detail of the ashram and its construction. And then he adds, those who work for the ashram are blessed nicely by my father. He often used the word nicely, and it meant so much to us. I remember once he saying, at the time the ashram had just begun, and so many workers were very busy with the construction of the Pradhan Mandir. And sometimes they had to come early as 6 o'clock, and they would have to stay sometimes up to 7 o'clock. But they were all working very hard. And none of them objected to staying up late. And they were doing hard work, now all for Bhagavan. And during the daytime, those fixed hours, the bhajans would be going on in the dining hall where he was giving darshan. One day he told me, you see Devki, those people are sitting and doing bhajans very comfortably. These workers are working for my father. And in the hot sun, they are doing hard work. And when this beggar tells them to finish the construction, giving them a deadline, they have to work extra hard and stay up late. These people are doing greater tapas than those who are singing the bhajans in the hall. And just think of it. when we do the bhajans or singing the name, sometimes the mind wanders here and there. The lips would be moving fast, but the mind would be moving fast too, among varied thoughts. Whereas when you do seva, when you do a particular work for the sake of Bhagavan, your entire concentration would be on the work because you have to do it well. Every detail of the work would matter and your focus would be on the... So it's a better tapas. And Bhagavan had said so. So let's remember that. And then he went on to say, there is no need for you people to go to a cave for meditation. Whatever sadhana you want to do, you must do it in the ashram. Meaning, ashram is such a place. It is better than the cave we go in search of in the Himalayas. Here, he has filled up the whole ashram with his huge presence and compassionate grace. I remember once when the meditation hall was being built at the time, the then trustee came and said, Swami has not visited this place yet. I remember the next day morning when we came into Pradhan Mandir, and then I told Bhagavan, Bhagavan, we have not gone up yet. The meditation hall is being built and we have not gone there yet. Suddenly Bhagavan reacted. That was a rare moment. He said somewhat angrily, what? You call one room up there meditation hall? The whole ashram is meditation hall. What a declaration for all of us. Something that we should remember all the time. The whole ashram is meditation hall, which means wherever we are in the ashram, any nook and corner, we can be sure the same energy could be felt there, favorable to our meditation. The mind would convert wherever we sit. Such is the energy filling up the whole space of the ashram. And then Bhagavan said, the people who enter this ashram will be in meditation. There is no need for a separate meditation hall in the ashram complex. And then he said, people come to the ashram for grace. They will receive it to the extent they have humility in the heart, to the extent they forget their ego. But unfortunately, you know what happens? Many come here and demand attention, which is nothing but ego. This is something again that we all have to remember. Bhagavan also said, without his calling, people cannot even step into the ashram. So if you are able to come to the ashram and inside, be inside it, it's because he has called us. And why would he call us? Only to give us specific grace to each one of us. And right from the moment we enter, we are in his view. He is watching us. He would also say, no one who enters this ashram can escape the eyes of my Father. And who is this Father? Our Bhagwan himself. So right from the moment we enter the ashram, we are in his view and his work starts there. He begins to work upon us, upon our problems. We don't have to tell him because he always knows. And all that we have to do is come with a great longing to have darshan of Bhagwan's Murti and stay put before him, chanting his name and praying, without looking here and there, getting very restless and talking to people and criticizing, finding fault with the ashram and people around. What a waste after coming into such high energy. Your focus should be on Bhagwan and make the best of your moment with him. He is so alive, he is so vibrantly alive. Sometimes when we sing the name together, he comes out of the murti and walks around. He dances, he blesses. Sometimes a bundle of light rays comes out of his hand, spreading everywhere, touching everyone. He is so vibrantly alive. So it's up to us to keep our focus on Bhagwan and on nothing else. And Bhagwan also said, in all ashrams, old people and children will be happy because they have no diversion, no distractions. They are just free. The old people are free and grateful for the accommodation, and the children, especially in our ashram, the children would not have seen such a big hall, such big space anywhere. Now finally, Bhagwan said something which should not be taken lightly, and of course we need a certain level of preparation of mind, a certain level of consciousness to understand what he really means by it. Otherwise, we would mistake the whole thing and find fault with his saying. This ashram is different from other ashrams. The whole cosmic work will be done from this ashram. Whether this beggar is in this body or not, the whole cosmos will be controlled from this ashram. Whoever comes anywhere near the precincts of this ashram, they will not go empty-handed. They will go full of Father's grace. This is Satyam. What he means by cosmic work being done from the center and the whole cosmos being controlled from here, only he knows. Let us not try to interpret it with a little understanding, knowledge, and the intelligence. We would always fall short of his meaning, and this may cause even wrong speculation among people. So let us leave it at that. Only he knows what he means. He was always engaged, even visibly, in a tremendous cosmic work which he called Father's work. He also used to say nothing mattered to him, no one mattered to him, only his Father's work. And doing his Father's work to the entire satisfaction of Father. Nothing else mattered, no one else mattered to him. So what this cosmic work is, what is this Father's work? Nobody could fathom the depth of his work. Sometimes I got glimpses of it. It was so tremendous, his work at varied levels at a time. I would be totally lost. Many times he would be sitting just 1 foot away, completely lost to this world, sit like a rock, unmoving, and completely lost in something. I only felt some intense work was going on at varied levels of the cosmos, known only to himself. Who could fathom it? So let us bring these points again and again to the mind, because they are the words from him, the words that came with his power, with the power of his self, with the power of the Supreme Divinity. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan by begging again and again, 1,000,000 times, for his immediate divine intervention to change the course of the world, the way of the world, the attitude of people of today's world. There is so much violence all around. Bhagavan, we beg you to bring in unity, peace, harmony, order and discipline into the lives of people. People live any way they like, creating a philosophy to suit themselves, to justify whatever they are doing. We beg you, Bhagavan, to bring in dharmic life into the communities so that they will do it with remembrance of God. We also beg you to stop this war immediately, the war that's going on between two countries with its own justification, creating disastrous effects all around, so that peace will be prevalent. We also beg you to bless the world so that there would be not even mention of the word war among the countries of the world. We beg you again to keep under control the sudden attacks of those cruel diseases, the violent disasters of nature, the furies of nature, and devastating accidents. We beg you again to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, the asuric thoughts which are responsible for today's violence of the world. Only you can do it, and we beg you 1,000,000 times to do it. And in this world, whichever country people belong to, whatever language they speak, whatever religion they have embraced, whether they have faith in the law of karma and rebirth or not, they too suffer from the past bad karmas, and that without any help or protection. The law of karma is divine justice. You can buy human justice with money and power, but the divine justice is precise and relentless. We beg you, Bhagavan, to reach out to all those people and do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been working very hard for the welfare of the others from unnecessary, unworthy, unhealthy remarks of criticism and aspersion. We beg you again to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity, right from science and technology to spirituality, so that Bharat would become the world teacher. For what? For conducting the whole world in the path of dharma. We pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name and unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings, so that we bring them to mind again and again until we assimilate it and make it into our Atma Shakti. Please bless us to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not rakshasic elements, even by mistake. Please bless our everyday life so that we run it as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We beg you to bless us all with that ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace of yours. But then we know we need to be purified. Our minds are right now full of desires for worldly possessions. And what's more, it's already filled with the vasanas, those latent tendencies of the past karmas, the residual latent tendencies of the past karmas. And so what? There are sudden attacks of fear. We do not even know why we fear and what we fear. But sometimes it becomes a killer fear. And then the burst of anger, the poisonous anger, jealousy, vengeance, passion, sorrow. Despite all the benefits, all the comforts we already possess, every one of them is a blessing from God. But then we compare ourselves with other people and feel that we lack in something. And then we start to grumble. And we blow it out of all proportion and fall into depression and medicine lifelong. But the saving grace is the thunderous declaration of Bhagavan that the divine name is a powerful weapon against all our past karmas. It's a weapon that can destroy our past karmas. And what's more, it purifies our mind. We take refuge in your powerful name, Bhagavan, and pray to you for early purification of our minds. Wherever we live in this world, whatever work falls into our hand as our duty, we know it's all your work, and we should be able to do it in the spirit of service to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every work that we do will become Atma Shakti. And Bhagavan, please bless us to practice acceptance. Acceptance of what? Whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or grief, coming from God, it can only be a great blessing. A blessing perhaps in disguise, meant for our spiritual transformation, our greater good, our closer kinship with God. When a bad karma suddenly takes over, we know what happens, how everything changes dramatically overnight. We collapse, we begin to resent God and His grace, feeling terribly let down. We also begin to blame others bitterly for our own failures, little realizing that we have invited all the sufferings of our life by our past karmas. Every suffering that you give to someone will come back to you in the next birth. You are answerable to someone's tears if you are the reason for it. But then God, or Bhagavan, so compassionate and generous, puts a blessing even in the punishment. And what does it do? It pushes us back to God. And every suffering out of every suffering comes a higher wisdom, the wisdom that makes us understand that neither money nor power nor our relatives or friends are a strength or protection for us. Only God is our strength and protection. As the higher wisdom takes over the mind, more and more purification and God's power begins to reflect in the mind. Bhagavan, we beg you, we pray to you to bless us, to understand that all the events of our life, all the happenings of the world, they have you, your will behind them. Otherwise they would not happen. Please bless us to be grateful to you even for the sufferings of life, for now we know they are greater blessings in disguise. We seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek redemption, liberation from the vicious cycle of the repeated births and deaths, the root cause of which is our utter selfishness, the tyranny of the ego, the I and mine that rule all our lives, the aham bhava. We beg you, Bhagavan, to uproot this aham bhava in us and promote atma bhavam so that we be blessed with that immortal life in merger with you, or the servitude, eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme divinity. Jai Yogiram Sarit Kumar.